New cards! Woo! Magenta forever! Magenta forever! If you can find the rule that forbids me from playing trap cards, I'll stop, Mr. Wheeler. Oh my god. The man with the mark. Level 4 Earth Spellcaster Effect Monster. If this card is normal or special summon, you can take one Temple of the Kings or one spell trap that mentions it from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Okay, okay. Isn't Temple of the Kings like the you can activate a trap card from like your hand? The only reason I know this card is because it's been used in some heinous tomfoolery in Sub Replay Friday. Okay, yeah, so you can activate one trap card the turn it was set. That's the only effect that I ever cared about of Temple of the Kings. You can send one Mystical Beast of Serket in your monster zone, and this card you control to the graveyard. Special summon one monster from your hand or deck, or one fusion monster from your extra deck. Okay, so there's obviously some other like fusion you can grab. I don't actually know the fusion you can grab. I just assumed it was just useless. There's Mystical Beast. Yeah, Mystical Beast of Serket. I love this terrible card. If you do not control Temple of the Kings, destroy this card. Banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. If this card destroys a monster by battle, it gains 500 attack. Very, very simple monster. Anyway, you can only use this effect of the man with the mark once per turn. While you control Temple of the Kings, this card and Apophis monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Ooh, wait, it's the Apophis trap cards. Temple of the Kings you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay, cool. Lots of like cool shouts outs to like Necro Valley, for example, and stuff, and like the Necro Valley style, like protect your field spell cards and stuff like that is cool. Ooh, and we have the Serket reprint or the Serket remaster of the card, Merciless Scorpion of Serket. Can't be normal summon or set. Must first be special summon from your hand by banishing one level 10 or higher monster from your hand or deck. Hold up. Banish a level 10 while you control Temple of the Kings. Okay, so you need Temple of the Kings on board, and then you can banish something from deck to summon them. That's okay, pretty easy. You just got to have the 10, right? You can only special summon Merciless Scorpion of Serket once per turn this way. Sure. Once per turn during your main phase, you can add one Temple of the Kings or one spell that mentions it. Great. From your deck to your hand. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to half the destroyed monster's original attack. Cool. They gave it the sort of a better cataster, which is in flavor of Serket that we just read. Unfortunately, we also, I guess, they kept the banish portion of the card into the summoning aspect, so that's kind of funny. Yubel support, true. Yeah, conceptually, you banish Ra. Oh, okay, sure. So, like, I guess, like, that's the theme, right? Pretty good. I mean, so obviously the man with the mask, I mean, is good. It's a normal that gets you Temple of the Kings, which is great. It protects your cards, which is great. And Temple of the Kings you control can't be destroyed by card effects. Great. I mean, these are good effects. It just depends on how good like the Temple cards are. Otherwise, like if those cards are weak, this guy will probably not be as like strong. I like Serket. It's a pretty free summon as long as you're playing the 10s or a 10 you can play. I saw Pepis talking about it, and he mentioned cards like I think Lord of the Heavenly Prison is a 10, so it's like I think it is. And there's a lot of cool fun things we can do. Nibiru, no, I thought Nibiru was a 11, or was it 10? Is the token an 11 star? No, Nib is 11. Okay, cool. Nib is 11. Nice try, Adam, you little gamer. Anyway, so that this one pretty cool. I do like the battle effect. I don't know how much it matters, but the adding of the Temple Kings, great. Oh, level 10 or higher. Oh, okay. There's okay. We can do more stuff here. I was thinking level 10s, but we can do 10 plus. Let's freaking go. Yubel. Other cards like I don't know. There's not a lot of those, right? like Ogdodic, right? Yeah, Malice level 11. Okay, we also have Anubis, the Last Judge, level 10 Earth Fiend. Okay, this is the guy we want to banish. Yeah, cannot be normal summoner set. Must first be special summon while you have 3 or more cards in your graveyard with different names that are Temple of the Kings and or traps by placing 2 of them on the bottom of the deck in any order. Oh. So you special this guy from your hand or the graveyard And you meet the condition of having 3 or more cards in your graveyard with different names that are Temple of the Kings and or traps, because they all have to be just any traps with different names. Okay. And you put 2 of them in the bottom of the deck. Okay. Got it. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, add 1 man with a mark from your deck to your hand. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I do like that. I mean, the flexibility of recycling your trap cards or just getting the guy who you need to grab the man with a mark. If a spell trap you control is destroyed by card effects, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use each effect of Anubis, the Last Judge, once per turn. Sorry, I just felt like a banging in my apartment. Like, what the fuck? Let me read this one. If a spell trap control is destroyed by card effect, you target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Oh, okay, sure. I mean, so if one of your back row is popped, you can pop something. That's cool. But definitely I feel like just being a guy who can summon itself, shuffle back your trap cards, and also is Rhoda for the guy you want to normal is awesome. And consequently, if you can get this guy on board and keep him there, he also is interaction if your opponent interacts with your trap cards. That's cool. I like it. It's not too bad. Uh-oh. Fusions. Okay, how do we fuse these? Divine Serpent Apophis. Oh, cool. We got Apophis again. Level 6 Earth, 2800 attack, 2600 defense, materials. 2 monsters that mention Temple of the Kings. Okay, that's not too tough, at least in the deck. I don't think it is. Must either be fusion summoned or special summoned by attributing 2 Apophis monsters. Okay, so this is the fusion that just summons. We just gave up on using fuse effects. So we're just going to tribute our 2 Apophis monsters. Once per turn, you can target up to 3 Apophis traps with different names in your graveyard. Set them. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Once per turn, if a trap card is activated, except during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Oh, okay, great. Not bad. I like it. It's not too bad. That's pretty straightforward. It recycles your Apophis traps, and it pops a card when you activate a trap card. This is a lot of interactions. I saw some people talking about Anguish Pattern, for example, a fantastic use with like the Apophis cards. So that's pretty cool. Alongside this as well. It's a lot of destructions. Yeah, literal link 1, link 2. Yeah, exactly. It feels like a link 2. Pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Divine Scorpion Beast of Serket. This is the fusion of Serket. So this one's a 1 Serket monster and 1 monster with 2500 or less attack. Okay. So I assume this is kind of any of the Apophises or the man with the mark as well works. So if this card is special summon or at the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard, banish it. Hey, they brought back the banish portion of Serket. Okay, cool. So they split parts of Serket into 2 parts of it. I'm glad I read Serket a second ago because I was like, did not know that stuff. That's cute. And if you do, this card gains attack equal to half the banished monster's original attack. Cool. Keeping the flavor of the card as well. You can only use this effect once per turn. Can make a second attack during each battle phase while a level 10 or higher monster is banished. Okay, cool. So it's kind of like the deck's Changeal almost. And it's nice because it triggers not only on special, which you could just special summon it back from like the graveyard, for example, in some way, or when you make it. The problem is, how do we make this guy, right? I assume we might need like treasures or something. This one looks more like we gotta like poly it somehow. Second attack, definitely a push through for damage guy. Banish, pretty good. Slower banish. Or a way, if we can like summon this on our opponent's turn, it's like a cool banish. Graveyard banish, cool as well. Good stuff. I like it. I like it. It can. This one depends on a lot of stuff, so we'll see. Treasures of the King, field spell. When this card is activated, you can set 1 Apophis trap card from your deck. Awesome. That's crazy. This card's name becomes Temple of the Kings while in the field zone. Okay, good. That solves the Temple of the Kings problem. Once per turn, if you have 2 or more set cards on your field or a trap in your graveyard, you can add a monster that mentions Temple of the Kings from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Treasures of the King per turn. Okay, this is where things get a little tricky. That's nice. Pretty good. And the fact that you can set Apophis from your deck is pretty good. At the very least, you would just need a set card in your hand and treasures. So you go treasures, set the Apophis, set the other card in your hand, then you can add a monster. So that's doesn't seem too hard, not too tough, just a little. But it definitely seems a little tougher than regular. But the grind game on this one seems epic too. It's like kind of crazy because I mean, as long as you have a trap card in your graveyard, that also works. So you don't even technically have to set. You can like, if you like Foolish Burial Goods, a trap. It's pretty. Then boom, it's online, right? So that's, I mean, that's a 2-card combo, for example. But there's a ton of ways you can do that, so it's not too bad. I like it. We'll see, I guess. It seems all right. A little conditional, but sure. Defense of the Temple. Ooh, the smoke that kills you. Fusion summon 1 Earth fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. Okay, hate to see that. If you use a monster you control that mentions Temple of the Kings, you can also use face-up monsters your opponent controls as material. Okay, that's nice. A cool going second option. That's nice. Obviously not as strong going first. If you control Temple of the Kings, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Dangers of the Divine from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Defense of the Temple once per turn. Okay, cool. So the fusion obviously doesn't have a once per turn like many of the fusions in Yu-Gi-Oh! But the banish to add does. Cool. I think it's cool. I like a decks that can flex into these going second options. That's like really nice. You can go like, you could just like, if there's no like spell negates on the board, for example, you can go like Windmill Slam a Defense of the Temple, use their like their lower attack guy as a fusion material, and or whatever. Let's look at the fusions again. So we can go, if we drew Serket, for example, we can grab a 2500 less attack monster. This one requires 2 monsters that mention the Temple of the Kings, so I don't really, I guess it's only Serket, and you have to draw Serket. That I know of, so let's keep going. Dangers of the Divine. Quick play spell card. Pay half your life points, then tribute 1 monster. Special summon. Yeah! Get the bat chests ready, chat. The Winged Dragon of Ra. From your hand or banishment. Ignoring its summoning conditions and make its attack at defense 4000, but it cannot attack. Also, during the end phase of the next turn, return it to the hand. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, choose 1 Winged Dragon of Ra in your monster zone and send all other monsters on the field to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Dangers of the Divine once per turn. Awful stuff. Tribute Strenna. True. This is not good. They refuse to make God cards good, and honestly, respect. This is balls. I love it. It's bad. I mean, you got to pay half your life points. You tribute. You got to establish a monster. You special Raw, and you make its attack and defense 4000. It can't attack, and then you return it to hand. So I guess you could do the Raw effect to start popping cards or whatever. Yeah, you can make, if I squint like really hard, I can make Zeus or something, like just like the anime. I guess so. When you activate it, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can choose a Raw and send all the other monsters to the field to the graveyard. So can you Dancers of the Divine, and then it got sent to grave, so then you target the Raw that comes out and then send everything else to the graveyard? That's how I assume it works. Okay, I'm getting a confirmation that is how it works. That's like not bad. I actually don't hate it. It's not like super powerful, but it's pretty good. It's not too bad. Just like Spell Card Soul Exchange. Oh, I see. Yeah, 4K for like a kind of mini Dark Hole with like a guy on board. And you get to keep the Raw. That's like kind of cool. These cards sure are cards. That's true. These cards now have a. These cards now have a play style. The play style just isn't that great. No, come on, it's something. All right, let's keep reading. Verdict of Anubis, the counter trap card. When your opponent activates a spell trap, while you control 3 or more other spells, traps, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Then, if you control Temple of the Kings, you can destroy as many monsters as your opponent controls as possible, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the total attack of those destroyed monsters. The fact that this is not even, like, I hate to be like, where's the monster negate? But like, if you're gonna make the counter trap, I feel like it's we gotta have the monster negate too, right? Like, I can't believe this doesn't stop monster stuff. It's kind of crazy. I like that it kind of board wipes. That's kind of cool. But you know, yeah, gotta have the counter trap to stop the duster, I guess. I mean, in archetype is like cool, I guess. It's like nice. It protects all your back row from cards like Lightning Storm, like Duster, like I don't know, not Cosmic, but yeah, negate Malice, Rise Yell, Field Spell, and pop it. True. That my opponent will definitely play in that style, and they will absolutely Windmill Slam cross, and I'll be like, hey, my plan worked. Verdict of Anubis. wait. Destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the total attack. So that could be a lot of damage. Like if it's like a lot of monsters on board, that's a pretty good way. They will overcommit. Yeah, your opponent will overcommit. My thoughts are it's okay. It's all right. It's not great. I don't love it, but it's all right. You know, maybe I'll see it in an FTK. But it is conditional counter trap. I don't know how much setup this will need. Not my favorite, but you know. Okay, next up, we have Apophis, new Apophis. Apophis the Serpent. Special summon this card as a normal monster, reptile, earth, level 4, 16, 1800. This card is also still a trap card. Then you can set one Apophis trap from your deck, except Apophis the Serpent. It can be activated this turn. Wow, that's great. That's awesome. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one embodiment of Apophis from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Apophis once per turn. Let me read embodiment again. Embodiment of Apophis. I think that's the old one, right? That's just the guy, right? He's just the guy. It's just a normal trap card. This is just a vanilla. Wait, this is just a vanilla. me trying to build this deck. Do we have to play this one? I mean, regardless, I guess I'm glad for the value. I don't know if I want it. Setting the Apophis trap from deck is nice because I think there's an Apophis trap that's it's the negate as well. More like a Poopus. Thank you. Yeah, no, these all look fun. Pretty good. Not fantastic, but I'm already seeing a lot of cool tinkering. Enjoying the kind of trap card variant. I'm already like maybe I kind of agree with Adam. Like maybe not a day one purchase. Maybe I'm not buying this on day one. But maybe after some sets sell and the price goes very down, then I'm golden. Yeah, coffin seller stonks. Yeah, no, no, it seems like fun. I don't know if this is like the archetype for me, but it will. But CJ, you're absolutely correct. This will go crazy in Broke Boys Season 3. 1,000,000%. The Apophis deck is coming, and it's coming. All right. Goodbye. Subscribe to Clips. Goodbye. Redo it with trap monsters. I was thinking Argo Stars. What do you guys think? Argo Stars, Divine Serpent, What do you think? That they both use continuous trap cards? So that's so good, right? This is a joke. Yeah, the joke is that I think you have to set so many cards with these. I think there's like so many spell traps, and Argo Stars has their own slew of cards you need to set. I legitimately think there's no room for like other stuff, but you know. The Argo Stars player at my locals went 0-4 today. Yup. You didn't have to do it like that to him. Oh my god, that poor guy. That's so funny. I'm sorry. That's like really funny. I mean, listen, I'm not great at Yu-Gi-Oh. I would probably go 0-4 at a fucking locals or something for sure. It's just the idea of playing Argo Stars and going 0-4 is like so funny to me. It's not. I'm not blaming their skill. It's just Argo Stars that I'm laughing at more. So just the deck. Well, I'm glad your Argo Stars player went 2-2. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It was just funny to hear that. Just like, yup. It's really funny. Sorry. I'm not laughing at them going 0-4. Listen, sometimes you're just unlucky, okay? Yep, archetype. Thrust being engine. That's true, actually. That's nice. This deck can just like main 3 thrust. That's kind of nice. No, there's a lot of cool cooking we can maybe do with this. I'm excited to see what Pepis will build. I sure as hell don't care enough to build it, but I appreciate that. I just got Pepis to do it. Thrust set what? Wait. Okay, any card. You just need sets, right? Don't you need to just set a card? So just set Imperm or some shit. Whatever. Who cares? Just it says 2 or more set cards combo. Boom. Thrust set Imperm. Thrust set whatever. Why is this deck not insanely overpowerful so I can be mad at it when it's top tier with frick Konami? I mean, that's true. That's me. Thrust get tactics, draw 2. That's true. That's true. My opponent. Are you saying going second? I mean, yeah, that's like a normal thrust play. Thrust set myself to bed. I'm sleeping on this deck, Adam. The Peepus believers don't want you to hear this, but you are correct. I don't like this. I mean, I like it. I think it's cool. Like I like the for example, when we read Serket, I enjoyed the shouts out to Serket. Like I like these cards. They're cool. The art's cool. There is a sort of interesting game plan, but holy mackerel. I'm a little not excited for like the guy who gets the normal trap vanilla. I'm like, what are we doing here? But I'm excited to see what people will build. That at least, like maybe there'll be this cool variant that I don't know about. Like I appreciated like thinking about. I think someone like set up a board with like a 1.5 card combo, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. 9 solemns. That's what I'm saying.